as we turn the pages of our history. Since America began, men and women, boys and girls of all nationalities and walks of life have been committed to the freedom of America.
Your grandma's favorite site, so good you gotta bookmark it twice, man. I'm in your feed, I got what you need, and today it's Skittles.
I've decided to do the America Skittles review redux. We're rebooting the Skittles review for 4th of July 2017.
Yeah.
Are you ready to give this a shot?
Yeah, let's go, let's do this.
All right.
Plus, we have a couple other ones, which you'll be seeing momentarily, but I guess we're starting it off with the red, white, and blue.
Let's not ruin the surprise, man. Let's take a look at what we got right here. Now, I don't know. I'm going to give my impression of these colors first, man. I don't know. Augie, come see. So what does this remind you of? These are the 4th of July Skittles. You taking a look at that?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to tell that there's two different colors of red there. Like, on the camera, it might look like they're the same, but in real life, there's a slight difference in the shade. One is definitely darker than the other.
So, Brian, are you getting anything in particular out of these colors?
Yes. Is
that reminiscent of anything?
I think this is a pretty good representation of, you know, all things 4th of July, Americana.
Papa Smurf, that's exactly what I'm getting out of this particular color mix.
Dude, you're totally right, yeah. Now you got a little white puff for the beard.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But no, I kind of like what they're doing here. The darker of the two reds, just for those keeping track at home, is raspberry. But we'll introduce the colors here momentarily.
What's the white?
I like how they included a darker and a brighter shade for red and blue to represent, you know, white races and black races coming together for the American melting pot.
That's right.
Wow, hashtag, man.
Alright, I better eat this before I...
Drama alert.
Wait, are we eating?
Are we doing this?
Yes, man.
Alright, let's go. I'm gonna go for...
Brian, introduce those flavors as he goes through the colors.
Yes.
Oh, you got the bag.
Well, since Augie and I are standing here, we'll kick this thing off.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we didn't really plan. We're just doing this spontaneously.
That's Tobyblog style, man.
Let's go ahead and get rid of the one that's kind of the outlier of the bunch, the white one.
Right.
Because we got 2 reds and 2 blues.
The white one, dude. I believe you have picked my favorite of these flavors, Yumberry.
I've never had it. I've never had Yumberry.
What is a Yumberry?
Yumberry.
Oh. Alright.
Which is really good.
Oh, wow.
Oh. He just knocked over one of our samples.
Oh, that'll be mine.
The Yumberry, Toby, you were right. Again, for people that are watching, Toby and Augie shot a video on this a year ago that was never released. But these are back in stores on shelves for this summer. I've never had any of these, and I gotta say, that Yumberry is terrific. Off to an excellent start.
Is it, dare we say, yummy, maybe?
Very yummy.
What does it taste like?
That's the thing I'm having a hard time kind of putting into words.
It's not.
Is it berry flavored?
Expecting at all.
To me, but that's not even fair. I want to say maybe like a tropical punch, but even that I feel is underrepresenting it. It's got a very bright flavor. It's really good.
Yeah.
So you do get fruity out of it, right?
I do want to come back to that one. Not quite pineapple. It's really it's good.
I wouldn't mind a whole bag of those.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man! Yumberry is so much more of a hit than I was remembering.
I thought it was
really
gonna
good.
Be that nasty one
really good.
You always leave out or something.
The 2 blues, the darker of the 2, is the one I'm most curious about, maybe in the whole pack, is blackberry. Now, of course, this isn't black, but it's a darker shade of blue.
A flavor that I love.
Kind of a stretch, but we'll see how it tastes.
I don't know if the stars have just aligned today or if it has something to do with the heat, but like I'm really enjoying these Skittles on a 1-by-1 basis more so than I ever have before. Like these are quite good so far.
It's alright. I'm not too fond of blackberry, but it definitely tastes better than I was expecting.
I enjoyed it. It's it distinguishes itself. It's distinctive enough that it's not grape or one of the other flavors. It has its own blend, its own recipe, and yeah, I liked it.
Not a black cherry knockoff, hopefully.
No. Yeah, it's definitely its own thing. I'm eating the light blue now, and I'm actually gonna hand this to. Here you go, buddy.
Little Swaggy.
Have some.
All right,
He's wanting to give the cameraman a hug.
Trying the light blue right now.
Wild berry.
Wild berry.
Wild berry. So wild berry, just as
very strong. Wow.
Ambiguous flavor name as yum berry.
So if I had to be presumptuous, I would have probably anticipated that this would be Augie's favorite, only because it's a generational thing. This is one that's very loud, it's very brass, it's very in your face, and so I figure the kids of today are into that, you know.
Yeah. This is giving me flashbacks to like, it gives me flashbacks to like every medicine that you had to take as a kid was flavored as wild berry. And I hated that.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot.
This is giving me the wrong memories. So.
To me,
clearing your sinuses though, I bet.
Nah.
To me, it's like a blue Kool-Aid where they let the kids pour in the sugar and they put in way too much. You know, it's super sweet, which is
very strong, you know, almost. Like the moment you bite into that, you get that flavor going through your mouth, and it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this.
It's strong. Let's do the darker red next, the raspberry. It's almost hard to
drama. Raspberry. Now come on, I mean, you can't go wrong with a flavor like raspberry, can you?
No, you can't, but it's overshadowed by the first two that we had. In terms, I guess in my head, as I'm trying these, I'm kind of mentally ranking them against each other. That's sort of what I do at Review the World, and I'm kind of doing here.
You're a natural-born reviewer.
Right, it just happens.
Well, that's not a made-up flavor like yum berry and wild berry.
But no, raspberry. It's a nice raspberry. If you like raspberry,
it's almost hard to taste it. Like you put it in, and it's almost like you don't taste anything at all at first, and then the flavor comes.
Yeah. The raspberry, to me though, I have connotations of like the raspberry from the dessert pack that we did years ago for my website. When I think of raspberries, I think of more of like, I don't know, but like summertime. I don't know. If you love raspberries, I think you're going to definitely be in league with this one. However, for me, I'm still voting yum berry. Let's try the last one though. This one is probably the most unremarkable, at least, you know, just
based on the name.
Yeah,
pretty much a standard Skittles flavor.
Strawberry.
Yeah. All right, first question I'm going to ask is, you got raspberry. Do you need a strawberry? I mean, is there that much of a differentiation between the two?
Only strawberry is much more sweet sour. Like it's a more potent flavor, especially on the back end as you start chewing it.
I wouldn't be able to differentiate the two if it weren't for the bag telling me.
You can barely differentiate the color.
Seems more in line with the summer.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like
they took the raspberry Skittle and they made like slight adjustments to the formula, and they were like, all right, we're done. Let's pack this up and sell it. And it doesn't really feel like that different of a flavor. Like it's more just like the same flavor, but
America Mix. I mean, when I think of like a nice dessert on a hot summer day, I could see some sliced strawberry or something being put on top of some whipped cream and stuff.
Right.
I would probably give it the nod over the raspberry, but both of them, you know,
it's not a bad pack. I think it's more of a mixed bag.
Pour these into a bowl at your 4th of July shindig or a summer party. I think that they will do well, at least if you live in the continental U.S. If not, people are just gonna probably, where's the greens and the oranges?
Yeah. Well, guys, stew in that for a while because I want to come back for some final thoughts in a second.
Cool. I'll just say my favorite of this pack is the yum berry, which I would not have guessed going into this at all.
Same.
Well, I'm keen to give you my thoughts on the America Skittles.
Here's the man of the hour, the man with the power, the guy that the site's named after, Tobyblog.
Let's. You guys know who I am, the man that needs no introduction, Tobyblog.
Who's Tobyblog?
I'm in your page.
I'm all the rage.
I'm better as I age. I'm all the rage.
There you go. Toby, we're coming at the tail end of an amazing 4-day weekend, hanging out. We're capping it off with some Skittles in the park. Beautiful, beautiful day, man.
As you mentioned before, this is a variety that my son and I did last year, and I should mention that video is soon to be hitting Tobyblog 1 year late.
No, just go ahead and shelve it. Go ahead and shelve that old one.
Season, right? So you were mentioning we got the yum berry, we got the the strawberry and the raspberry, the darker one, right?
Yes.
And then we have blackberry, and we had refresh the wildberry.
Yes.
Wildberry, right? I'm gonna start out with the wildberry.
Okay, because it was not a real popular one between Augie and I.
So Augie, if I remember, was saying that this was a medicine-y taste.
And I said it was like Kool-Aid with way too much sugar. I'm just admiring the background. Beautiful, beautiful day while the kids are at play. Wildberry, man, is it too as an offense to your taste and to,
no,
to
it's
personal
not. It's
good?
not really offensive. Nor would I say it's very medicine-y. I think your Kool-Aid thing was sort of on point. And that is sort of what it reminds me of too. I don't know. It's because you put that in my head or not, but
well, you know. Although when I was a child,
that's very simple.
But when I was a child, I think to bridge the gap between what Augie said, when I was a kid, everything was bubblegum flavored.
That's right.
I didn't. There was no wildberry. You know, there was no blue raspberry flavored. Like, you know, so maybe as you know, he's a youth. Maybe that was something that they flavored. You know,
very simple, very sugary. I'm going to jump over to the reds next, and we're going to give the strawberry a shot. Now, when you talk about simple flavors for red candy, strawberry immediately comes to mind. Texas is known for its strawberries. I don't know if you knew that, Brent.
No.
That's right. In addition to being the colors of the flag, you also have the colors of the Lone Star State.
Hey.
Red, white, and blue. I'm going to say that I definitely get a strawberry. It's almost like strawberry taffy or like Laffy Taffies or something that kind of gets stuck in your teeth. Not bad. Not bad. Pleasant, but not mind-blowing. You know, I still have memories of the Orchard Skittles, which was by far, away my
with
favorite.
That forest green bag, those Orchard Skittles are truly a favorite of mine.
I mean, that was like just picking fresh fruit out of the garden or something. It was amazing.
I think with the raspberry, I noticed too that the flavor is on an even kill, whereas with the strawberry, the more I bit into it, it unlocked kind of that sour, super sweetness. The raspberry is pretty mellow.
Is it just because I just had a strawberry? I don't know. But to me, this is like if you put bitters in the strawberry. You know what I mean? That's about all.
You know, Augie was saying that he thought the formula was fairly similar, and I didn't pick up on that.
Like a sour strawberry or something. All right, I'm going to finish with Yumberry, which means that now I am going to try our blackberry.
I'm curious what you think about this one. Maybe our more refined palates as we, as adults, we might like this one more. Augie was didn't seem like he was a big fan.
I'm not getting blackberry out of this.
Oh.
I am, this reminds me of a kind of grape candy that I had way back in the day. Yeah, definitely. I would say the flavor here is off. Yumberry. Yumberry. Highly acclaimed.
As I eat a Yumberry I just found on the ground.
And I've had this before, but, well, it must be pretty good if you're picking it up off the ground and eating it. Am I getting fireworks out of this? Am I getting Stars and Stripes Forever? John Philip Sousa. Bands playing in the background. Apple Pie, Mom. I would say this is this is like Wildberry, but with an extra punch to it. An extra sizzle, some pizzazz. I'm getting a lot of tart flavor, which I like. I'm a big fan of sweet tarts and Smarties. And this, yeah, it's like the Wildberry, but with a strong tart tang that I really appreciate. And I think that's what puts this over the top. Of the flavors, I'm going to have to agree with you guys that Yumberry is my favorite.
You know, a chewy Smartie. I don't know if that's ever been done before.
But it should be done.
But yeah, I can kind of see that now. Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this because what I wanted out of the America pack was, is this representative of our great country, the United States of America, eating these candies? Am I reminded of everything that makes America great? Again. Thank you.
You noticed there was no apple pie. That was missing from the.
When you look at the flavors, you have 2 made-up flavors and 3 very generic fruit flavors. The blackberry may be a little bit more on the unusual side for candies, but I'm not going to say that the flavor combo really, reminds me of, patriotic things and puts me in the mood for the 4th. Seems kind of strange. And then you have Yumberry, you have Wild Berry. Those are just it's like appealing to your, 90s kids. They're very generic kinds of radical flavors that kids might love, but have nothing to do whatsoever with what I would associate with the 4th. So I'm going to say in terms of just theming, they have beautiful color. I don't know if you can get that bag. So they have,
yes,
America on the bag, the America mix. We got the stars, we got the stripes. The bag is
very
on point,
bag.
But the flavor mix is just, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. Those are nowhere to be found.
Our founding fathers, yeah.
It is representative of America because it's a mixed bag, just like America.
He's going back to that melting pot metaphor, man. He's really pushing that one.
Don't give it up, man. All right, Brian, I want to turn it over to you. I'm going to get your thoughts on what is the theme. The theming of the package, does it work?
In that case, I'm just going to keep it rolling there. Okay, this is a hard one because we've seen other brands go really creative. We've seen Pringles do hot dog and mustard. We've seen some pretty out there things. So part of me would like it if they want more of like because what's synonymous, if anything else, with the 4th of July? There's fireworks.
Absolutely.
But second in command would be, without question, without fail, backyard barbecues.
Yes, hot dogs, man.
In America, that's what we do. We barbecue. We grill out.
Yep.
We all sit around. People play cornhole or horseshoes or whatever. So part of me kind of wishes that they would have done something really funky, but
I was gonna say, what kind of flavors would you
they're
want,
not I don't think they're quite yet at that point where they're willing to embrace the really creative side, because Jelly Belly has Jelly Belly jelly beans.
Right.
They have adult flavored ones based off of cocktails, margaritas and mojitos. They have Tabasco flavored hot sauce ones. They've gotten some really unique ones. They have draft beer flavored Jelly Bellies. So they've went pretty extreme. And then the bamboozle kind, where you get the bean boozle, that is, where you get the like the vomit and the earwax, all these crazy disgusting flavors. Skittles, I would have loved to have seen it if they had done like a hot dog or like a grilled hamburger.
What about like a ketchup for the red? You know what I mean?
There you go, Toby. Mine was maybe a bit too extreme. You're kind of you leveraged it back a little bit, and I think maybe like a ketchup or a mustard. There you go. Yes,
exactly.
Ketchup, mustard.
What if they had not called it Yumberry, but called it like Crackerberry or something?
Yeah, barbecue berry.
Yeah, like Starburst.
No, that's it. Barbecue berry. A barbecue sauce.
Barbecue berry.
So you have barbecue sauce. You have ketchup. You have mustard. If you did those three, what would be the two remaining? Maybe keep.
Well, the Yumberry, it had a really strong.
Keep the Yumberry because we like
exciting. It had an exciting flavor. That could have been your fireworks flavor, man.
And then for the 5th and final spot, what's more American than apple pie? Do some type of an apple pie. A little nutmeg, a little cinnamon, a little apple.
Which I can't remember, but they probably did in their dessert pack anyway. They could just
the colors themselves, poured into a bowl, I think it is a nice red, white, and blue color scheme.
Sure.
But yeah, flavors they could have done some more neat stuff with. Well, we have two more packs, which I would dare say are more adventurous, and more unique than this pack.
Right. So stay tuned for Tobyblog for the other flavors that we brought today. Something over and out. All right. You still working on that analogy here? Do you want to? Yeah. You care to share any more about that?
Come back for more milk for more hot takes.
That's a sad damn shame. Got to pay.